All right, I'm going to have a go at the Guardian's Cryptic Crossword for Monday, March 25th. It is set by Vulcan. I had a quick look, started looking at the across clues and wasn't making much progress, so I shifted over and looked at the downs, and there were a couple of easy ones. At least I think they're easy. I was able to get them anyway. A broad smile from Ray, so I think this is simply a double definition. Someone is beaming, and a beam is a ray of light. And then two down, relaxed, idle, sure. Well, it occurred to me that relaxed might be an anagram indicator, and we might also be dealing with what is known as an and lit, meaning the wordplay also serves as the definition. And so you can relax the letters of idle, sure, or rearrange them to spell leisured. So if you're relaxed and maybe idle, then you are leisured. So let's see if that now helps with the across. Government department taking soldiers to meeting place. I think it's going to mean a meeting place. I'm not seeing a word that would fit with those E's. And I think the wordplay is going to be a government department word on the outside, and then something for soldiers on the inside, taking soldiers. I know RE for Royal Engineers sometimes appears. So could it be something E, RE for a meeting place? Oh, I'm not seeing it. All right, how about a medics, a prophet? Okay, so when we see the word a appearing, that may end up being used as part of the wordplay. And so I know there is a prophet in the Bible, Amos, and MO is a medical officer. So a medics is the same as AMOs, and it gives us that prophet. Let's go back to this across. From the start, rubles, usable, all round here. Now it's tough to know even where the definition is, and then from the wordplay, for the wordplay, from the start perhaps, meaning the starting letter of maybe rubles. But then all round, maybe anagramming, or putting something backwards, something around, turn it around, but not seeing it. Easy situation of a criminal catching disease. I know there's I was going to say sinecure, I think, is an easy appointment. But that's only 8 letters, so it's not that. But I think it's going to be a word for an easy situation. And we're going to take a word for a criminal. And maybe because we see A there, maybe it's going to begin with A, like a con, a something. And we're going to put a disease inside it. I'm not seeing it. One ridden may be brought to shore. Well, just because of that R in the third position and one ridden, I'm immediately thinking of horse, which is an anagram of shore. Maybe brought to? Oh, and no, I think it's actually in the phrase, you can lead a horse to water. Although maybe Vulcan did have in mind also that it's a nice anagram. But I think it's in the sense of you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. Okay. Pessimistic say in local. So the say makes me think there's going to be a homophone, but is it going to be a homophone of a word for pessimistic that's going to mean local or vice versa? What are other names for pessimistic? Baleful, downcast, unhopeful, and then local could be as in related to your locality, or it could be your local pub. No, not seeing it. We'll try this greedy, biblical king losing his head. I think it's going to be a word meaning greedy that we get by thinking of, well, of course, the biblical king, the first one that comes to mind is David. And if you lose the first letter, you get avid. Does that mean greedy? Maybe. All right, let's go back to the downs. Well, I definitely want to look at 12. Hesitate. It's hard to be positive. I think the definition is hesitate, and I'm thinking of hover. It doesn't exactly mean to hesitate, but I'm thinking of, your finger hovering over the enter button before you push it. Is there another word for hesitate? I'm thinking then the wordplay is H is hard, and to be positive might be to be over. Does that make sense? I'm thinking of like a positive number is over 0, but I'm not sure about that interpretation. I'll leave it in for now and we'll see if 18 across fits the R. Let's try clergyman is to organize an exhibition. Organize suggests an anagram, but is it going to be an anagram of... Oh no, it's actually a double definition. I just did wonder, could it be organize an exhibition? And yeah, there is a word where you choose what artwork to display, and that's to curate, which is also spelt the same as a curate, who is a clergyman. Ooh, that gives us a nice U there. For a meeting place, let me pause, take a little water and think about that. Yes, I had it the wrong way round, as I often do. The definition is actually a government department. Now, I was right that the soldiers are the RE. There are a lot of abbreviations that can be used for soldiers. And then a meeting place is a venue. And so you get the revenue department. All right. From the start, oh yeah, we looked at that one already. So let's go back to the downs. Stupidly begrudge person fixing some code. Well, stupidly can be an anagram indicator. And I have a background in programming, so I can definitely think of a debugger as somebody fixing code, and that is an anagram of begrudge. I never noticed that before. All right, turning up, keep complaining over trap for seabird. Yes, so I thought that it's going to be a seabird in 6 letters, and we're going to reverse some word, turning up some word to keep complaining, and then put that over a word for a trap. Well, if you keep complaining, you're nagging, but if you turn that over, it's gan, and then a net is a trap, and you get a gannet. Project to end in multiple sacking, potentially. No, I have no idea on that. How about amusing and not peculiar? Well, from the unusual 5-letter word and then hyphenated 2-2, I immediately think of funny, haha, as opposed to funny, peculiar. So that's a fairly straightforward one. There's no wordplay in it. Now, that should help the easy situation. Okay, looking at the great letters we have, I'm thinking of affluence. Or is it affluenza? No, it's influenza. How does the wordplay work? A criminal catching. Oh, well, the disease I think is flu. And the criminal is offense. But I was right. So, yeah, definitely when you see the A appearing as a word, always consider that that might actually appear just as an A in the answer. All right. And now our pessimistic, negative certainly comes to mind. Somebody who's pessimistic can be negative. But now, how is that in local? Pessimistic, say in local. I don't get that. So now I'm second guessing it, but what else could it be? Well, it could be some other form like negation or negating, but in local. Oh, so say is EG, that's it, and a local is a native. So it's not local as an adjective. Well, it can be an adjective to a native plant, a local plant. All right. It's for you once to enter. Well, from the letters, foyer, perhaps. Yes. Oh, I think this might be an and lit as well. So it's for, F-O-R, and you once used to be ye, or yea, ye, right? Ye of little faith. So it enters for. So it's written a little backwards, but and then the whole thing is it's for you once to enter. Would be a foyer. Excuse me, a foyer. Just if you watch my videos, you probably know I sometimes have a little dry cough that I try and mute in time, but I don't always catch it. So my apologies for that. Let's try 14 down. Boast by very close relative. Oh, so I think because we have the V, that's often short for very. So then the close relative would be a 4-letter word that comes after it, and the definition then must be at the other end, boast. So I would think that's vaunt with your aunt as the relative. Now our yob in school finally excluded. So I think it's going to be yob as the definition, and then a word for school, which could be an educational establishment or maybe a school of fish. with the last letter excluded from it. What is a yob? Oh, a lout? But then what would the school be? Well, there's Louth as a place. Is there another word other than lout? Oh, I'm sure there are. Let me just put it in for now and see if 17 could begin with L. Poisonous, tree left active, set fire to M, I say. Well, when you see words shortened like M, that definitely suggests to me that it could be fodder either for an anagram or that we, yeah, not exactly sure. But that we might put the EM literally inside the word somewhere. Now, could the L be right? L for left. Could that be the start of the wordplay? And then something for active, and then set fire to him. I say could indicate a homophone. But the M, apostrophe EM, is confusing me. Ignite, lignite. No, not seeing it. Let's go back. Maybe see if we can finish the top section. From the start, rubles, usable all round here. Well, usable is 6 letters, and the start of rubles would give us an R. And then maybe again it might be an and lit where it's telling us where you can use rubles. No, it's not Russia, but Belarus. So I suppose Belarus must use rubles as well. Yeah, so that's 3 and lits today, I think. Let's try now. Project to end in multiple, sacking, potentially. Of course, it could be project instead of project. Oh, yeah, I'm just wondering if to end, we look at the ending letters of, no, if we look at in, N, E, G, Y, no, that's definitely not right. Oh, we have a U there anyway, so I don't think it's going to be the ending letters. Like maybe it could be the end in multiple. Now, sacking, potentially. Yeah, not seeing that one. I have a feeling that one is going to elude me, but let's go back to the across. Cabbage or turnip as carbs. I must need correcting. 8 letters. I think cabbage or turnip might be the definition. As carbs, I. That's 8 letters, which may need correcting as in anagramming. Let's use the anagram helper since the Guardian has so kindly provided it. Oh, yeah, it's probably going to be the species name, I think, because I don't think it's going. Oh, brassica. So fortunately, it is something I have heard of. Oh, I don't think I knew cabbage and turnip were in the brassica family. Isn't that broccoli? Maybe not. Anyway, I'm happy enough with brassica. Ooh, how about female gambling are gambling? Well, again, this is where it's helpful to have some letters because F is often the abbreviation for female. So I think it's going to be that F plus a word for gambling, as in betting, wagering, and then the whole thing will mean gambling, as in, how do you define gambling? Frolicking, oh, flipping, yeah, oh my goodness. I assume it's going to be an ing word. So what would another word for gambling be with an I as the second letter? Risking? Oh, frisking? I mean, I think nowadays when we hear frisking, we think of police frisking a suspect. But maybe, as in frisky, someone who's frisky might be gambling. So maybe there's an older meaning of the word. Let's try. I do like having a K here. Exclusive vote that may be taken between the Reds. Oh, yes. So this is a double definition. Um, I believe in gentlemen's clubs in Britain in the past. If somebody was wanting to join, people would vote by putting a ball in a bag, and I think I can't remember what color was used if you agreed on this person entering. But if you didn't, you would put a black ball in the bag, and if there was any black ball, the person would be excluded. So that's why it's an exclusive vote. And then in snooker, um, you alternate the red ball with the different colors, and the most valuable one is the black ball. So I think that's it. Fairly confident of that. Oh, I did skip over grab bottle to offer head of house. Um, Head of house could be an H, but I would expect that if it was part of the wordplay to be at the end of the word. So perhaps that is the definition. Yeah, I'm not sure where the definition is in this one. And if it is head of house, how is grab bottle to offer? Oh, not sure on that. How about right at the back in small ferry? No, I don't see that one. The reverse of support. No. Motivation of troublemaker at university. A London 1. Again, I see that A as being a little suspicious. I think it might mean motivation. Could it be? Troublemaker could be maybe imp or something like that. And then at university would often be a U. Now, having a U and an A, that would be possibly after a Q, maybe a G, A, and then London 1. No, that's not a postcode, is it? Now let's go back to the downs. Oh yeah, we looked at our poisonous tree. Sun has no trousers. Yeah, so sun is usually S, and we have the starting S. And if you don't have something, you lack it. And so sun lacks our slacks for trousers. We have another K for our the reverse of if you reverse something, you back it, and if you have support, you have backing. So it's always, yeah, it's always good to get those unusual letters as opposed to the vowels or a T or S. Show off, black cloth. Well, again, having that first letter as a B, black is often abbreviated to B. So then is there a three-letter cloth? Well, I suppose a rag could be a cloth. And then if you're showing off, you're bragging. Looking very embarrassed, being licked by tongues. Huh. I'm wondering if being licked by tongues could be tongues of fire for some reason, but maybe not. Being licked by tongues. Looking very embarrassed would be blushing, red. Oh, is there a word, ablush? But I don't know how the wordplay being licked by tongues would work. Okay, how about don't eat so quickly? Yeah, so luckily I did pause at the right point there. Don't eat. So if you don't eat, you fast. And so quickly is fast as well. All right, now right at the back in small ferry. That's not a hidden clue. No, even forwards and backwards, the F doesn't work with small, the double L. Right at the back. Oh, well, right can be R, and at the back on a ship is aft, and so a raft, I suppose, could be a small ferry. I think use of ferry is a little misleading, although maybe that subconsciously had me thinking of back as being the aft, so that might have worked out. All right, I actually, this for a Monday lived up to what we expect on a Monday for one that's slightly easier. But there are just these few that are troublesome. Project or project to end. Well, maybe that's project to end, maybe is the T that is at the end of project. In multiple, sacking, potentially. Is it actually inside of? No, the only thing would be malt. Well, no, that doesn't even work. So potentially, no. Yeah, I'll pause and I'll just try and run through the alphabet and try for the starting letter and see if I can think of any better words than tube is all I have at the moment. Just as I was thinking about it again, I was thinking about this odd word sacking, also that it says multiple sacking singular. I thought, oh, what's the material that you can make sacks out of? Jute. And so to jut is to project, and then the end in multiple is an E. And so we get our jute. Fairly confident in that. Yeah, I wasn't sure about this yob. In school, finally excluded. Let's go ahead and check it. It is right. So hopefully 15 squared will explain. Oh no, I think here's what it is school finally is the L, and then if you're excluded, you're out. So I think it's just simply L plus out. All right, so now we're poisonous tree left. There is a laburnum. Oh, set fire to him, I say. Yes. So so that it is a homophone of set fire to them, burn them, but it's going to be burnum. Now, is it Laburnum, laburnum? So is that the poisonous tree? Is the definition left active? Could be labor, L-A-B. Oh, no, L-A, just I think. L-A, left active. Is that abbreviated to L-A? Or is it L-I Burnham? Let me pause and check that. Yes, it is L-A, and apparently every part of the tree is poisonous. So, but I'm still not exactly sure how we come up with the LA for left active. Anyway, let's try now. Grab bottle to offer head of house. Well, trying to think of words that would fit. Rebut, orbit. Oh, abbot. An abbot could be a head of a religious house. And it's a hidden clue. Within grab bottle, it offers the head of house. I think, a sort of obscure way of indicating a hidden clue. I think it's usually a little more obvious. But there we go. So let's see, just one more across. Actually, let's try 20 down. Oh, I did think this was going to be a blush. Let's check it. No, okay. But it's going to be, I think, some word for looking very... Oh, maybe it is a flame being licked by tongues. That is correct. All right, so I think maybe a flame does mean somebody has turned red. And so maybe it is a punning double definition, whereas if you are actually a flame, you would be licked by tongues of fire. Ugh. All right, so finally, oh, I did think this might be an imp as a troublemaker. I suppose we've had that before, but is that right? So that would be the troublemaker. Then at university, and then impulse would be your motivation, is it? I suppose you have an impulse, yeah, that motivates you to move. Oh, and then it's a London University, the LSE. I once saw a great concert at the LSE, probably back in the 80s, with the Bible. Anyone remember Boo Hewardine and the Bible? All right. Well, actually quite pleased that went fairly straightforwardly. I think there was just one or two I wanted to check at 15 squared, so let's head over there. All right, today's blog is by Menehi. A little tricky for a Monday. I thought it was fairly straightforward, but I think a lot of these cryptic crosswords rely on induction rather than deduction, that you somehow come up with the answer and then you work backwards to verify it, and you have to be on this strange sort of wavelength. And some days I feel I have it, and some days I don't. I don't know if you feel the same way. Um, so I think the acrosses, I feel like I understood them. I'm just looking. Now, funnily enough, Manehi is saying for 12 across horse as an anagram, maybe brought to, but I think there is that additional part of a horse can be led to water. I'm sure someone in the comments will point that out. But I think the ones I wanted to see were the downs, 12 down. Oh, it wasn't hover. It was, oh, I never did the check all. So I would have found I got 12 down wrong. Haver, so aver is to be positive, to declare. Havering, yes, so that makes more sense than hover. All right, yeah, I don't know why I thought that. Anyway, and then on 17, I suppose A can be active. I wonder what field that abbreviation comes from. Interesting. Was there any theme there? I dithered between hover and haver. Okay. Um, let's see, KVA. Da 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 da. Ooh, Tim's. What did Tim say? Say. Government department taking. That's funny. Yeah. Um, yeah. So sorry, just reading through this stuff here. Anyway, it seems like everyone enjoyed it and had a, oh, again, someone saying surprisingly chewy for a Monday. Yeah, for some reason it just suited me today. All right, well, thank you all for watching and have a wonderful day.